The Tenderloin has gained a complicated reputation over the years. It was San Francisco's first official gayborhood and was the site of the Compton Cafeteria Riots of 1966, one of the very first LGBTQ plus protests in US history, actually. But that was the history. And in present, the place has its fair share of unhoused neighborhoods and a whole lot of crime. However, this reality has been changed thanks to 3 Black trans women who helped by creating Compton's Transgender Cultural District, the first legally recognized transgender district in the world. This culture district is making the neighborhood more LGBTQ plus friendly than ever. So don't get surprised if you see more LGBTQ plus art, more sass, and more cultural happenings when you are in the Tenderloin.
Everyone around me in my life told me that I would have a better life when I came to San Francisco. So many trans people come here like refugees from other cities in the United States. As a Black trans woman, as a teenager in San Francisco, I learned very quickly that while San Francisco affirmed me legislatively, socially, I had walked into job interviews and been laughed at. I had been spit on the street.
In a lot of ways, we've been dehumanized and we've been denied access and discriminated against in many, many ways.
When we talk about trans women of color, there are so many layers of oppression that they have to deal with. We realized that if we didn't do something, that the Tenderloin was quickly going to become gentrified and our history was going to be completely erased. If I could describe the Transgender Cultural District in one sentence, it would be for us, by us.
I think the Transgender District affirms that rich history and gives trans people and the broader public access to those moments in history that I think define gay and trans liberation that we know today and the freedoms that we have. I think the work that's happening in the Transgender District is laying a foundation for transgender-owned businesses and for transgender people to have housing and be in a area that celebrates their existence and their lives and provides opportunity.
What trans people have to look forward to is having a place where they can come to and say, like, you know, this is for me.
In San Francisco used to be a place you didn't want to be at night or day. I was just telling Alex about that. What are we all talking about? What do you think?
Can you imagine, like, the first recognized transgender district in the country? Like, that is the most amazing thing ever. I would totally feel, I would feel safe there. Like, that's, when you're surrounded by that kind of just, it's vibrant, it's sort of like awake, it's alert, it's just like, just, they are on the, they know their rights. They're fighting all the time.
Fighting, yeah.
You know, they're fighting to make it a better place, and they're anti-gentrify. So they're trying to keep the culture, the history, and that's amazing. And it's like transgender people are starting the movement. You know, so they're fearless. It takes such fearlessness to walk in the world the way that they do. You know, and it's just something to admire.
Completely.
Yeah.
Respect. Completely. So much respect.
Respect.
So much respect. Yeah. I mean, because, you know, especially here in South Florida, where it's all the anti-trans bills that are being targeted, you know, and you're right, it's not just here, it's everywhere, you know, and we forget about how marginalized the T is.
Yeah.
You know, and when I speak to the LGB, you know, and Q, I'm like, folks, you need to stand up for the T. You need to grab the T.
The T's are the ones that are starting everything.
Stonewall.
Yeah.
the Stonewall riots, okay? I mean, it really was.
Because it's not the 50-year-old gay man.
No.
It's like the young.
No, it's not.
It's not.
You know, and I lived in San Francisco for a couple of years, right? I had a contract with Clear Channel, and I loved it there. And but once the contract was over, I couldn't afford to stay in San Francisco, and I didn't want to live in the outskirts. I didn't want to live in Milpitas or anything like that. So
Oakland, Anaheim, what is it?
yeah, I didn't want to go to Oakland either. Like, you know, so it was. So I moved back to Miami, but I remember the Tenderloin not being a place that you can go to at night, even during the day, because the buildings are it's so freaking gray that like even during the day it's dark in the Tenderloin. It's very weird, you know.
No, I know. It just seems like every corner is like there's a huge homeless population there. Huge drug, like just underbelly there. Yeah. You know that you know where to go to find your drugs, and that would be where most people would go to the Tenderloin. So the fact that this story tells us that 3 women of color, 3 transgender women of color, we're like, that's it. We're not only gonna stop the gentrification, we're also gonna do something that has not been seen anywhere in the world else. It's amazing.
It's amazing, you know, and I mean, and it's like, coño, like you need such cojones to be able to go, you know what? No organization is doing this for us. Let's get together and do it ourselves.
They should do that in Wilton Manors.
How beautiful would that be?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It's too expensive now, Wilton Manors. We wouldn't be able to do it in Wilton Manors anymore. It's too expensive.
We got to do it west of 95 somewhere in Oakland Park.
I mean, you know what? But like you said, I don't go west of 95 now. I would if something like that were there. So I mean, why not? So kudos to you women. Thank you for fighting the fight. My God, we need to look to you and follow suit for sure. So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week started with me.